Whispers among stars. The research vessel. Nebula drifted through the cosmic dust of the Andromeda sector, its metallic hull gleaming against the backdrop of distant stars. Dr. Maya Chen pressed her forehead against the observation deck window, her reflection ghostly in the reinforced glass. "Another late night?" Doctor asked Cooper, the night shift security officer, his footsteps echoing in the empty corridor. "Just thinking," she replied, not turning around. "The specimen from Proxima B is showing unusual neural patterns." Cooper nodded, "The purple one that doesn't speak right." Maya finally turned, her dark eyes reflecting the starlight. "He speaks," she whispered, just not with words. The next morning, Maya entered Lab 7 with measured steps. Her heart beat faster as she approached the transparent enclosure, where Subject 117, officially designated as an unknown sentient life form, sat motionless. "Good morning," she said, placing her hand against the barrier. "I'm continuing our neural mapping today." The being inside, whom she'd privately named Kai, lifted his head. His skin shimmered with a soft purple iridescence that seemed to pulse with his breathing. His eyes, entirely obsidian without visible pupils, fixed on her with unmistakable intelligence. Dr. Chen called Sarah from the monitoring station. "Commander Rena wants your preliminary report by evening briefing." "Tell her I need more time," Maya replied, never taking her eyes off Kai. "We've barely scratched the surface of understanding him." When Sarah left, Maya activated the privacy screens and whispered, "Can you hear my thoughts like yesterday?" Kai moved closer to the barrier, mirroring her hand placement on his side. A gentle warmth spread through her palm. "Yes." His voice echoed directly in her mind, bypassing her ears entirely. "Your mind opens to me now." Maya gasped softly. "How is this possible? My people communicate through thought." His mental voice was gentle, almost melodic. "Physical speech is primitive to us." "Why haven't you communicated with the others?" she asked. His mental voice carried a hint of amusement. "They never asked. They prod and scan but never simply ask." Maya smiled despite herself. "What should I call you? Your real name, not our designation." "Kai is acceptable," he replied. "In my language it means one who listens to stars." She lowered her voice further. "Why were you alone in that damaged vessel when we found you?" Pain flashed across his features. "I was not alone. My people were there, but they..." He paused. "Dissolved upon contact with your atmosphere, their essence returned to the cosmic flow." Maya checked the monitoring equipment to ensure their interaction wasn't being recorded. "Why didn't you?" "I am different," he replied. "My genetic structure was modified to withstand various atmospheres. I was a pathfinder for my people." Later that night, Maya sat in her quarters reviewing the scans. She couldn't share Kai's telepathic abilities with Commander Rena. The military division would immediately transfer him to a secure facility for weaponization research. Her comm unit beeped. "Dr. Chen." Rena's stern voice filled the room. "Your report is overdue. Sending now." Commander Maya transmitted the sanitized data file she'd prepared. Subject shows normal biological functions but limited cognitive response. After disconnecting, Maya stared at her reflection in the darkened view screen. "I just lied to my commanding officer," she whispered to herself from across the ship. In his containment cell, Kai's voice whispered in her mind, "To protect someone is not dishonor, it is the highest form of truth." Maya closed her eyes, wondering what she had started and where it might lead. She only knew that tomorrow she would return to Lab 7 and the being who could somehow reach into her mind and touch her thoughts with gentle precision. Borrowed time. The laboratory lights dimmed automatically as Maya slipped her access card through the reader. "Override Protocol Chen Alpha 7, she whispered to the system. The door to Lab 7 slid open with a nearly silent hiss. "You came back." Kai's mental voice reached her before she even saw him. His purple form was seated cross-legged in the center of the containment area, eyes closed as if in meditation. "I promised I would," Maya replied, setting down her tablet and approaching the barrier. "I've adjusted the surveillance system to loop empty footage for 20 minutes. We can speak freely." Kai opened his eyes. the obsidian orbs reflecting the soft blue emergency lights. You risk much to speak with me alone. Maya placed her palm against the transparent barrier. I have questions science can't answer about you. And I have answers science cannot measure, he replied. His purple hand rose to meet hers on the opposite side of the barrier. A faint glow emanated where their hands would have touched, if not separated. Can all your people communicate this way? She asked, feeling the strange warmth spreading up her arm. Yes. His mental voice seemed closer somehow. But connection varies in strength. Some bonds form more easily than others. Maya's breath caught, and ours. Unusually strong. He admitted, I sense your thoughts even when you're across the ship. She lowered her voice, though no one could hear. Last night you were in my dreams, as you were in mine. Kai's eyes seemed to shimmer. Our minds seek each other even in sleep. It is unexpected. Maya checked her watch. I need to make this look official. She activated her recorder. Subject 117. Day 26 of observation. Neural response test commencing. While the recorder ran, their true conversation continued silently. Your commander suspects Kai's thoughts flowed into hers. She watches you more closely now. I know, Maya responded mentally, surprised at how easily the process came to her now. But she has no proof. Kai's expression softened. You've been practicing. Every night, she admitted, focusing on sending thoughts to you. His mental laughter felt like champagne bubbles in her mind. And I've heard everyone. Maya blushed, realizing the implications, even the personal ones, especially those. His mental voice carried warmth that made her skin tingle. Your species hide so much from each other. Why? Fear, she answered. Honestly, rejection, misunderstanding. My people hide nothing, he explained. It is why we advanced beyond physical form except for explorers like me who maintain corporeal bodies. Maya gathered her courage. Can you show me what it's like to be completely open? Kai hesitated. It is intense. The first time can be overwhelming. I want to understand you, she insisted. Very well. He agreed. Place both hands on the barrier and close your eyes. Maya did as instructed. The world fell away as her consciousness expanded. She felt herself floating among stars, experiencing memories, not her own. Kai, as a child, learning to solidify his form. Kai, volunteering for the exploration mission. The crash of his ship, the loss of his companions, the loneliness until her arrival. Tears streamed down her face when she opened her eyes. I felt everything, she whispered. Your joy, your pain, and I yours. He replied gently. Your father's death, the ridicule from colleagues, your determination to prove yourself. The timer on her watch beeped. Maya reluctantly stepped back. I have to go. Security will make rounds soon. When will you return? Kai asked, his mental voice tinged with longing. Tomorrow, she promised. I'll find a way. As she reached the door, Kai's voice whispered in her mind. Maya, you should know they are planning to transfer me to the military research facility on Europa 3 days from now. She froze her hand on the door panel. How do you know? I heard Commander Rena discussing it with Admiral Isabel, he explained. They believe I'm hiding something, they're right. I won't let them take you. Maya vowed, not knowing how she would keep such a promise, but certain she must. That night in her quarters, Maya accessed the restricted files on Kai's species. The limited data suggested his people could phase through solid matter under certain circumstances. She wondered if the containment field was truly containing him, or if he stayed willingly. Her comm unit chimed. Dr. Chen, report to the bridge. Commander Rena's voice was curt. Immediately. As Maya hurried through the corridors, she felt Kai's presence in her mind. Be careful, he cautioned. She suspects our connection. I will, Maya promised, silently wondering, When exactly she had crossed the line from scientist to conspirator, and why despite the risk she couldn't bring herself to regret it. Silent symphony alarms blared throughout the nebula as emergency lights bathed the corridors in pulsing crimson. All personnel to emergency stations, the ship's AI announced in its unnervingly calm voice. Containment breach in Lab Sector 7. Maya sprinted down the corridor, her heart hammering against her ribcage. She rounded the corner to find Cooper and 2 security officers positioned outside Lab 7, weapons drawn. "Dr. Chen, stay back." Cooper warned, his face tense. "Subject 117 has somehow disrupted the containment field. We're waiting for Commander Rena's orders." "Let me through," Maya insisted, pushing past him. "He's responding to the ship's distress. I can communicate with him." Before Cooper could object, the lab doors slid open, revealing Commander Rena, her uniform impeccable despite the chaos. "That won't be necessary, Doctor," she said coldly. "The specimen will be neutralized according to protocol." "Neutralized?" Maya echoed, her blood turning to ice. "We're experiencing a ship-wide systems failure, and your priority is killing our most valuable research subject." Rena's eyes narrowed. "That thing is the cause of our systems failure, Dr. Chen, not a victim of it." A violent shudder ran through the ship, sending them all stumbling against the walls. The lights flickered, then failed completely. Darkness enveloped them for 3 terrifying seconds before the emergency systems engaged. "See," Rena hissed. "It's attacking the ship." "No," Maya countered. "He's trying to help us." She closed her eyes, focusing her thoughts. "Kai, what's happening?" His response came immediately, clear and urgent. "Gravitational anomaly approaching the ship's shields, cannot withstand it. I can stabilize your systems but need access to the central core." Maya opened her eyes. "Commander, there's a gravitational wave coming. Our shields won't hold, but Kai can strengthen them if you give him access to the core." "Absolutely not," Rena scoffed. "You expect me to believe?" Her words were cut short as another, more powerful tremor rocked the ship. Panels exploded from the wall, showering them with sparks. The security team was thrown to the floor. 2 minutes until critical shield failure, the AI announced, its voice distorting. "Life support compromised." Maya met Rena's eyes. "What choice do we have?" After an agonizing moment, Rena nodded curtly. "Cooper, escort Dr. Chen and the specimen to the core. But if that thing makes one suspicious move, terminate it." Maya rushed into the lab, finding Kai already free of his containment. His purple form seemed to shimmer with barely contained energy. "You heard?" she said aloud. "Everything," he confirmed, his mental voice steady. "We must hurry." They raced through the corridors, following Cooper. The ship groaned around them as metal stressed beyond its limits. As they reached the central core, Maya's security clearance proved insufficient. "Override, Rena Epsilon 9, came the commander's voice over the comm, surprising them all. The doors slid open, revealing the pulsing heart of the ship. The central core rose from floor to ceiling, a column of swirling blue energy protected by multiple fields. "What now?" Cooper demanded, his hand hovering near his weapon. Kai approached the core with reverence. "I must connect directly with your ship's consciousness." "The nebula doesn't have consciousness," Cooper objected. "It's just programming. All systems of sufficient complexity develop awareness," Kai replied calmly, placing his purple hands against the outer field. "Your ship is alive in ways you haven't recognized." As his hands made contact, the core's blue energy shifted, turning a brilliant violet. The ship's trembling subsided, the alarms silenced. Maya watched in awe as Kai's form began to glow brighter, seeming to partially merge with the energy field. She could feel his concentration, his power flowing into the ship's systems. "What is he doing?" Cooper whispered, his weapon forgotten. "He's teaching the ship how to reconfigure its shields," Maya explained, understanding flowing to her through their connection. "His people evolved to withstand gravitational distortions. He's sharing that knowledge." For several minutes, Kai remained connected to the core, his form pulsating with the same rhythm as the energy column. Maya could sense his exhaustion, but also his determination. Finally, the ship stabilized completely. The core returned to its normal blue glow as Kai stepped back, his purple skin noticeably dimmer. "It is done," he said aloud, his actual voice musical and rich, speaking English for the first time. "Your ship will hold." Cooper stared in shock. "You can talk?" "When necessary." Kai replied with a small smile before turning to Maya. "The danger has passed, but I've expended much energy. The military vessel approaching to collect me will arrive in 14 hours. Maya stepped forward, supporting him as he swayed slightly. "You knew about that ship all along." "Yes," he admitted. "Just as I knew about the gravitational anomaly. Neither of those facts would have been believed without demonstration." Commander Rena appeared at the doorway, her expression unreadable. "Dr. Chen, bring Subject 117 to my office immediately," she ordered. "Cooper, return to your post." As they walked slowly through the recovering ship, Maya felt Kai's presence in her mind, weaker, but still warm. "What will happen now?" she asked silently. "That," he responded, "depends on what truths your commander is prepared to hear." Maya squeezed his hand briefly as they approached Rena's office, knowing that whatever came next, their connection had moved far beyond scientific curiosity. Her heart raced not with fear, but with something deeper and more profound. Echoes of Home Commander Rena stood behind her desk, hands clasped behind her back as Maya and Kai entered her office. "Dr. Chen, your behavior has been completely unprofessional," she began, her voice cold. "Forming an emotional attachment to a research subject is grounds for immediate termination." "Commander, with respect, Kai just saved our entire ship," Maya countered. "He deserves to be treated as an ally, not a specimen." Rena's eyes narrowed. "Subject 117 has demonstrated abilities that make him valuable to Earth defense that hasn't changed." "I have a name," Kai said quietly, his purple skin still dimmed from exertion. "And I did not come here to be a weapon." The commander studied him. "Why did you come then?" "To find suitable worlds for my people," he explained. "We are refugees. Our home system was consumed by a dying star. We seek only peace and coexistence." Rena laughed without humor. "A convenient story." "It's the truth." Maya insisted. "I've seen his memories. You've what?" Rena's voice rose sharply. "Explain." Maya took a deep breath. "We share a telepathic connection. He's shown me his world, his people." "Dr. Chen, listen to yourself." Rena shook her head. "You've been compromised." Kai stepped forward, perhaps a demonstration. He extended his hand toward Rena. "May I?" After a moment's hesitation, Rena nodded. Kai gently touched her forehead. The commander gasped, her eyes widening as images flooded her mind. When he withdrew his hand, Rena sank into her chair. "So much loss," she whispered. "So much beauty gone." "Now you understand?" Kai said, "My people need sanctuary, not exploitation." Rena's comm unit beeped. "Commander?" "The Europa vessel will dock in 8 hours," reported Sarah from the bridge. "Acknowledged," Rena replied. Her voice unsteady, she looked up at Kai and Maya. "I need time to consider this. Leave me." In Maya's quarters, Kai stood by the viewport gazing at the stars. "The ship coming for me," he said quietly. "It carries those who would not understand." Maya joined him. "What will happen to your people if you're taken?" "They will continue searching," he replied. "But without me to guide them, their chances diminish." Maya touched his purple hand. "Then we won't let them take you." Kai turned to her, his obsidian eyes reflecting starlight. "Maya, I must tell you something. My people are approaching. 3 vessels carrying the last 5,000 of us. They follow my signal." "When to 2 days," he said. "I've hidden their approach from your sensors." Maya's heart raced. Rena must be told they could be seen as invaders. "That is why I showed her the truth," Kai replied. "She must decide who she serves, science or military might." Maya stepped closer to him, their faces inches apart. "And what about us? What happens when your people arrive?" Kai's hand gently touched her cheek. "That depends on what you choose." Beyond the void, dawn found Maya and Kai in the observation lounge. Commander Rena entered, her face showing signs of a sleepless night. "I've made my decision," she announced. "The Europa vessel has been redirected. I've informed command that Subject 117 died saving our ship. Maya's eyes widened. Commander. Don't make me regret this, Dr. Chen. Rena warned. I've seen what his people have suffered. I won't be party to causing more. She turned to Kai. Your approaching vessels have been detected by long-range scanners. I need to know your intentions. To request sanctuary, Kai replied. A small uninhabited moon where we can rebuild. Rena nodded. I believe you and I'll advocate for you, but not everyone will. The next day, the bridge crew gathered as 3 shimmering vessels appeared on the view screen. Kai stood beside Maya, his purple skin glowing with renewed vigor. They're beautiful, Sarah whispered as the elegant ships approached. They carry the last of my kind. Kai explained, our history, our knowledge, our future. Admiral Isabel's face appeared on the comm. Commander Rena, explain these vessels approaching without authorization. Admiral, they come in peace. Rena replied. I've verified their intentions. They seek asylum. Hours of tense negotiation followed. Maya watched anxiously as Kai communicated telepathically with his people. Finally, an agreement was reached. The Eridani moon in the next system would become their new home. As preparations began for Kai to rejoin his people, Maya found him in Lab 7, now empty of equipment. You're leaving, she said, her voice breaking. My people need me. He replied, but Maya. He took her hands in his. You could come with me. Leave everything behind, she whispered. My career, my world. To discover new ones, he countered, to be a bridge between our peoples. Maya looked into his obsidian eyes. Would I belong there? You already do, he said softly. In here, he placed her hand over where his heart would be. Commander Rena appeared at the doorway. Dr. Chen, it's time. In the shuttle bay, Kai's people waited. Their shimmering purple forms emanated joy at their reunion. Rena stood with her crew as farewells were exchanged, the first human ambassador to the Eridani. Rena said, extending her hand to Maya, send us regular reports. Doctor? Maya smiled through tears. I will. She turned to Kai, who waited by the shuttle. I'm ready. As they departed toward the waiting ships, Kai took Maya's hand in his. You don't feel cold like the others, he said softly. Maya smiled, because I chose not to be. Together they stepped into the shuttle, leaving behind the familiar and moving toward something new, something that, like the stars themselves, held both mystery and promise. Maya didn't look back as the shuttle doors closed. Her future lay ahead among the stars with the one whose mind had touched hers across the void of space itself.